I know that many of you are wondering, what are we doing in yoga? We are just sitting here or lying here, and it doesn't seem like much. It can get frustrating, and of course, if practiced in a wrong way for a long period of time, you can injure yourself. So let's dive into it. But first of all, welcome here. I'm Laura, I'm a pharmacist, and I am a yoga teacher. And today I am going to briefly explain to you how you can practice Yin Yoga so you get the best out of your practice. So you might have heard that there are 3 principles when practicing Yin Yoga. First of all, let's start with coziness. You can have your socks on if you want, an extra layer, and you can also use props. You don't have to, but you can of course try. I have here with me some yoga blocks. I have a scarf. You can have, for example, a blanket that you can fold, and you might have seen this. It's called a bolster, but you can of course use a pillow or whatever you have at home, if you're practicing at home, that is. And now let's start with the yoga poses, the Yin Yoga poses, which might seem a little bit different from the traditional yoga that you might have practiced before. And that's because we don't care that much about alignment. We don't care about how it looks from the outside. The most important thing is what you feel. And that is very subjective, of course. We come from different bodies, different days, different moments of the day. So what feels good in my body, it will definitely be different from what feels good from your body. And this is where maybe the harder part begins, because you are going to listen to yourself. So there are 3 principles when practicing Yin Yoga. And the first one is playing with and finding your sustainable edge. The second one is staying in that place with introspection. And the third one is maintaining that pose for a period of time. And this can be for at least 3 minutes, but it can of course be longer than that. So let's go back to the first principle, because I think that this might be the hardest to understand, especially if you practiced some kind of yoga before. What I mean by playing and finding your sustainable edge. You don't want to go to your 100%. So you should feel something in every pose, and this will feel different for every one of us. Some sensations are more than welcomed in yoga, and these sensations will change with the passing of time. Maybe the body will invite you to go a little bit deeper as the time progresses in every pose, but you should not feel pain. So pain is a big no-no when practicing any kind of yoga. And after you found this sustainable edge, so you can breathe in and out through your nose gently, slowly, safely, you stay here. So try not to move, try to maintain this pose. And some days this will be easier, some days it will be harder. The mind will begin to race. Maybe you'll get bored, maybe you'll get irritated. Try observing all of this. Try observe everything that comes up. Just because this practice looks easy, that we are not doing, that we're not being productive in a way doesn't mean that this is not a deep practice. And the third principle is maintaining the yoga pose. You can have a timer, you maybe have someone that is guiding you, and you can maintain a Yin Yoga pose from 3 to 5, 7, 10 minutes or maybe more. Just allowing introspection, allowing everything that is happening. And I will share just one more final thought about the practice of Yin Yoga, which, as I said before, it might seem easy, it might seem that you're not doing much, and it might even seem counterproductive because we praise doing so much in our culture. And of course, I get that. We all have jobs, we all have families, friends, partners, and for being members of a society, we have some responsibilities. But we also need time to hit the pause button. We also need time for ourselves. We need time to rest. And that's not always easy. And Yin Yoga is creating that space. Sometimes that can be easier. Sometimes it can be frustrating. If you're practicing maybe Yin Yoga for the first time, you might not get the point at all. I didn't either when I started practicing it. Now it's something that I practice, not on a regular basis, but from time to time, whenever I feel that I need a deep grounding practice. I practice this before I go to sleep. Sometimes I have trouble falling asleep, or I wake up a couple of times during the night and then having trouble falling asleep. And this is something that has helped me. So I hope you enjoy your yoga practice. I hope you give yourself time with it, and it might not be something that you resonate with right now. Come back to it some other time. If you are in the mood for a Yin Yoga practice, I will link some of my favorite moments here in the show notes. I hope that this was informative for you, and I hope to see you soon on your yoga mat.